1956, 1957, 1958, 1959,
1956, 1957, 1958, 1959.
दुनिया का ढांचा बदला, किस्मत का साचा बदला, आंखें तो खोलो जरा लाला हो कहाँ।
दुनिया का ढांचा बदला, किस्मत का साचा बदला, आंखें तो खोलो जरा लाला हो कहाँ।
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
আমি মিস ক্যালকাটা চাই না দিতে টিপস এখনো তো কেউ জানে না আমার স্ট্যাটিস্টিক্স আমি মিস ক্যালকাটা 1976 আমি মিস ক্যালকাটা চাই না দিতে টিপস এখনো তো কেউ জানে না আমার স্ট্যাটিস্টিক্স আমি মিস ক্যালকাটা 1976
Disco 82.
மலரே ஒன்னு தாத்தா கொஞ்சம் கிளியே
வைரமணி தேரினிலே ஒன்ன வச்சு நான் இருப்பேன் என் உயிரே
வா வா மஞ்சள் மலரே ஒன்னு தாத்தா கொஞ்சம் கிளியே
Pakistani come down Trinidad. They dancing up the Bhangra and they getting on well bad. Bolo cha da da da, bolo cha da da. They dancing and they shaking up their waist. Bolo cha da da da, bolo cha da da. They dancing and they shaking up their waist. Bolo cha da da da. Getting on, they getting on, they getting on.
Nisa 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 dani 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 pada 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 gama pada ni nisa. Pani nisa 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 gama pada nida pada nida pada nisa gama pada nida pada nida pada nisa gama pada nida pada pada gama gari sani sani sa gama ga sa gama pada pada nisa gama pada nida pada gama gama gari sani sani sa gama ga sa gama pada pada nisa 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 thani 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 gama pada nida gama gama pada nida gama 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 gari sari sani sani sa pada ni nisa sa gama ga sa sa gama pada nida sani sa sani 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 da ma gama da ni sa da ni da ma gama gari sani sani sa gama da ni sani da ma gama gari sani sa gama da ni sani da ma gama gari sani da da ni ni sa sa ga ni sa sa ga mama sa sa ga mama da da ga mama da da ni ni mama da da ni ni sa sa da da ni ni sa sa ga.
Bonsoir, je suis Bijuriya.
Hello, my name is Masala Massi.
Bienvenue à l'Art Desi à Montréal. Welcome to Desi Arts in Montreal.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We'd like to say a big thank you to Perversité for including us as part of their programming this year. And we also want to thank them for their continuous support and their goal to give voices to people of color for this edition of the festival.
On aimerait aussi remercier tous les participants et participantes. We'd love to thank all the performers that sent in a number for tonight. We're going to have a great show. Thank you also to Sierra Mist, who's been a great support for tech, and thanks to whom we're able to stream this on Twitch tonight. À titre de personnes racisées, issues soit de l'immigration ou accueillies à Tiohtià:ke, Montréal pour des séjours temporaires, nous reconnaissons être situés en territoire autochtone n'ayant jamais été cédé. Notre discours sur l'anti-oppression prend en considération plusieurs différents axes et intersections. Nous sommes conscientes des dynamiques de pouvoir spécifiques qui affectent les peuples autochtones. Nous sommes solidaires et en réflexion sur nos propres privilèges, sur le pouvoir de nos propres prises de parole et sur notre volonté d'approfondir cette réflexion et de la refléter en actions concrètes.
As people of color and racialized folks, products of immigration, or welcomed guests for temporary stays in Tiohtià:ke, Montreal, we recognize being located on unceded Indigenous lands. Our discussions on anti-oppression take into consideration different axes and intersections. We are conscious of specific power dynamics that affect Indigenous peoples. We stand in solidarity and we reflect on our own privileges, the power of speaking up and out, and on our desire to deepen this reflection and to reflect it in concrete actions.
You know, as one of 6 new baby drag queens to follow on Instagram according to MTL Blog, I'd like to introduce another of the 6 baby queens to follow on Instagram according to MTL Blog. We're kicking things off with our own Masala Massi, followed by a Pass the Brush challenge that features cute, queer, invisible, brown Montrealers. Oh, good.
That was great.
बरसो रे मेघा बरसो बरसो रे मेघा मेघा बरसो रे मेघा मेघा बरसो रे मेघा बरसो मीठा है कोसा है बारिश का बोसा है कोसा है कोसा है बारिशों का बोसा है मीठा है कोसा है बारिश का बोसा है कोसा है कोसा है बारिशों का बोसा है जल 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 थल जल थल चल 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 बहता चल नन्ना रे 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 नन्ना टिप टिप बरसा पानी पानी ने आग लगाई आग लगी दिल में तो दिल को तेरी याद आई तेरी याद आई तो जल उठा मेरा भीगा बदन अब तू ही बताओ सजन मैं क्या करूं
Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, grab and buy. We can go bust, eye for eye. We can lose trust. White rum, fizzy pop. Where you they go, we they go up. Catch my vibe, let me go off. Blam the trash, man it's so tough.
Alright, yo, put the belly on the body, make a catch. See no watch, now she wanna give crutch. Boy got peas, now she hopping in the pod. Man, a real life sugar gal, and my forget walk. When she want dark, told her meet me at the top. Switching lanes the other day, I seen her waiting for a bus. Maybe this a Montclair sweater, diesel denim. Buy another one, my pockets fat like heather. Neck froze like I don't know no better. Benzo truck, white seats and they leather. Go broke never, on my grind. She make it clap like I'm Busta Rhymes.
Young T, Bugsy. A long time the people in the hear from me, you know. Another murderation in the first degree. Come out. Man, you get cuff. Oh, you're going with so much. Oh, you're so fluff. See them boy, we turn up there, they all of them a bluff. Only power with the boat, you know, say that we enough. Careless thing, see them full up a loss. And to make you read them home, and they get now your guts. Fucking up your weave, me know you need a brush. She come for cocky again, because it is a must. Trust, look how she try to readjust. Like somebody did a killer, the way how she a cuss. Friend them say them feel her, from every noche boss. Fuck it like gorilla, me dapper and me plush. Boss a boss, some boy like move like them a dance. No one under me talk them, fear and go for their guns. Relax your little self, boy, don't fuck up people fun. Before you and your friend die, just know I ain't the one. Done.
Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, grab and buy. We can go bust, eye for eye. We can lose trust. White rum, fizzy pop. Where you they go, we they go up. Catch my vibe, let me go off. Blam the trash, man it's so tough. Flood my eyes, make a whole blush. Back of the tour bus, getting cool up. D-square, got on de-stress. Got a hand wash, new racks with the old Nikes in the shoebox. Keep my stripes, no cuss. Pull up in a new plate, then she might just. She went tryna move bait when her eyes locked. New tints on a coupe, that's a head loss. Off my whites, right my wrongs. Gucci my mum, while you do your thumbs. Count my sums, this is gonna get long. Love my green, I'm tryna get strong. Tryna get on.
Wow, c'était magnifique! Those were some really cute looks. What do you think, Bijuriya? Mwah, 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 mwah. So much masala. So Bijuriya, I know that when we're defining Desi, it can be a little bit of a cloudy definition. So why don't we take some time to explain to the viewers what Desi is and how we define it?
Yeah.
Desi is a self-referential term used by South Asians which designates the people, the cultures, and the cultural manifestations stemming from the Indian subcontinent and its diasporas.
Ces diasporas sont liées soit à l'immigration ou à l'indenture. La culture Desi se manifeste outre le continent sud-asiatique, par exemple à Trinidad et Tobago, d'où vient mon père, Maurice, Fiji, la Guyane, Kenya. ainsi que de nombreux pays où d'importantes populations sud-asiatiques ont maintenu, transformé et fusionné différents éléments culturels.
Desi designates a rich and extremely diverse culture in terms of languages, spiritualities, and artistic forms and historic migration. Many of you might be sitting there and asking, what is Jalak Montreal? Well, Jalak Montreal is an organization that seeks to address and improve the realities, well-being, and experiences that queer South Asians face in various segments of society. Through community engagement, education, and policies based on diversity and inclusion, Jalak seeks to acknowledge, integrate, and progress members of the South Asia diaspora communities who also identify as queer.
En plus de cet objectif, Jalak vise également à établir des relations solides avec d'autres organisations queer et non queer, afin de favoriser un esprit de communauté, d'harmonie et d'équilibre. If you're watching this, if you identify as Desi or brown and queer and you feel isolated, Jalak is really the place to connect with a community like ours. So check out the Facebook page.
And send us an email at jalakmontreal@gmail.com.
Masala, did you watch Indian matchmaking?
Oh my god, I watched it in like one sitting.
Well, I think you'll like how we're kicking off the next segment with a performance by Cheyenne Pepper.
How exciting! And after Cheyenne's number, we will have an Indian classical musical piece by Kaustav.
And we'll end that segment with Rani Asha, who's going to tell us all about their relationship with Kathak.
Ooh.
In India, we don't say arranged marriage. There is marriage and then there's love marriage. Marriage is a union between two families with the future of millions of rupees at stake, which converts to about $5. Parents guide their children into choosing a life partner to stop them from marrying every fuckboy they meet. This is Indian matchmaking. Hi, my name is Seema Taparia, Mumbai's top matchmaker. Matches are made in heaven and God has given me the job to make them successful on earth. I meet families everywhere. In malls, at weddings, on the street, in gym showers. Hi, this is Seema from Bombay. Do you have a son or daughter that needs to get married? I go personally to meet. I fly to America, Hong Kong to see their house, see their lifestyle, see their preferences, and then I match from my database. She is smart, she is outgoing, she's from a good family, from the same caste, she's a doctor, she owns a business, she cured cancer, she looks like Linda Evangelista, she's a model, she did storm those tights. But she is below 5'3". She is not a match. I've rejected a lot of men over the years. I have a very busy lifestyle. I'm a lawyer. I volunteer. My literal daily struggle is like I visited 40 countries. Like, when will I visit number 41? I kept thinking that I would get married soon, but now I'm 34 and it hasn't happened. I'm not that picky. I go on lots of dates. I give each guy exactly 55 minutes of my time. But no one is fit. So now I've come to see my auntie to help me find a husband. So what are your preferences? He should be Indian or American? I want someone who is 100% American like me, but he should be North Indian, you know? He should have passions outside work, but we can't have the same passions, you know what I mean? I'm flexible, but if he's a lawyer, game over. If he likes football, game over. If he likes the outdoors, game over. If he likes the beach, game over. If he likes comedy, game over. If he doesn't know Bolivia has salt flats, game over. I'm flexible. She is very difficult. Now let me tell you what I want. Money is not secondary. Aparna is very successful. I don't want somebody less successful than her. I want somebody successful and wealthy. I don't want somebody poor. I don't want a loser. That's what I want for her. She is also very difficult. My children were very, very young when we came to America. The first thing I said to them when we landed was, please don't ever make me look bad in our society, in our community. Please don't ever, ever, ever embarrass me by getting a B on your report card. I don't want 2 degrees, I want 3. They didn't even know what I was talking about. They just said, yes, mama, yes, mama. Anything creative catches my eyes. From jewelry, dress, interiors, you know, the finer things in life. Being an eligible bachelor comes with a lot of expectations. My taste is very refined. I work with very high value jewelry. I like cars. You want an amuse-bouche? I've got liquid nitrogen with that. Pradyuman is from a very good family. They are very cultured. He is tall, good, fair, handsome. I can find him very good matches. I'm just asking for basic things. I'm willing to compromise. I'm willing to make great sacrifices to make a relationship work. Seema auntie has sent me a boy's profile and we have set up a date.
Oh, I love spending time on the beach lying in the sand. And you? You've lived in Dubai. I've always wanted to go to Dubai.
You like sandy beaches? I hate sandy beaches. I mean, I spent 100 days on a boat, so clearly I like the ocean, but sandy beaches, I could never do that. And you want to go to Dubai? I hate Dubai. I mean, I've been to over 40 countries, so clearly I like traveling, but Dubai? Why would you want to go to Dubai? You know what I mean? What's wrong with you? He was a loser. I consult a face reader to get some advice about my clients. After all, if the stars are not aligned, any effort I put in will not work. इसके बारे में कुछ बताइए. इसका नाम अपर्णा है. ठीक ठीक, अवश्य. मोजो जय बृहस्पति गुरु का है और ये बिल्कुल जिद्दी हट्टी है और अतंतपति इसका चरणदास आज्ञाकारी और पत्नी वक्त रहेगा. पति को 2 लाफा मारे तो भी बर्दाश्त करेगा. She is a bitch. और ये बॉम्बे का प्रद्युमन, ये बहुत जिद्दी है, हट्टी, जिद्दी, स्वाभिमानी, घमंडी है. ये अपने बिजनेस में बहुत सफल होगा. Pradyuman has rejected 100 to 150 profiles that I have sent him. He needs to decide what he wants, but he's a nice boy. Aparna, due to her adamant and stubborn nature, has rejected 2 profiles that I sent her. She is very negative, that I found that. If she is so negative, she should not get married. Matches are made in heaven, and God has given me the job to connect these ungrateful bitches. Matchmaking can be a tough job, but I'm trying my best.
প্রচণ্ড গর্জনে আসিল একই দুর্দিন দারুণ ঘন ঘটা অবিরল অশনি তর্জন প্রচণ্ড গর্জনে আসিল একই দুর্দিন দারুণ ঘন ঘটা অবিরল অশনি তর্জন প্রচণ্ড গর্জনে ঘন ঘন দামিনী ভুজঙ্গ ক্ষত যামিনী ঘন ঘন দামিনী ভুজঙ্গ ক্ষত যামিনী অম্বর করিছে অন্ধ নয়নে অশ্রু বরিশন প্রচণ্ড গর্জনে আসিল একই দুর্দিন দারুণ ঘন ঘটা অবিরল অশনি তর্জন প্রচণ্ড গর্জনে ছাড়ো রে শঙ্কা জাগো ভীরু অলস আনন্দে জাগাও অন্তরে শকতি ছাড়ো রে শঙ্কা জাগো ভীরু অলস আনন্দে জাগাও অন্তরে শকতি অকুণ্ঠ আখি মেলি হেরো প্রশান্ত বিরাজিত অকুণ্ঠ আখি মেলি হেরো প্রশান্ত বিরাজিত মহাভয় মহাশনে অপরূপ মৃত্যুঞ্জয় রূপে ভয়হরণ প্রচণ্ড গর্জনে আসিল একই দুর্দিন দারুণ ঘন ঘটা অবিরল অশনি তর্জন প্রচণ্ড গর্জনে।
Hiya peeps, welcome to my segment. I'm Rani Amasha. You're probably wondering what my name means. Well, find somebody who speaks Hindi, then find somebody who speaks Bengali, and ask them what it means. Then, ping me on Instagram. Today I'm going to talk about the history of Kathak and its influence in Bollywood. Why Kathak? Most people, especially LGBTQ+, have their own way of finding femininity and expressing it. Kathak was mine. I'm in no way a dancer or a historian, but ever since I saw it the first time, I fell in love with the grace and the flow of expressions in Kathak. Historically, Kathak did not look at the gender binary, and male dancers were encouraged to express femininity. The word Kathak originates from the word katha, or story. The kathakar, or story troupe tellers, used to travel around and impart fantastical stories through song and dance. But Kathak went through a series of evolutions. Music developed secondary to dance in India, so most of our dancing is about expressing the lyrics of the song. Even in Bollywood music, we dance to the lyric, rarely the beat. In the 14th or the 15th century, the Bhakti movement brought in a focus on devotion or worship through dance. In North India, Kathak focused on stories of Lord Krishna. Then, in the Mughal era, the dance was brought from the temples to the courts. The focus on devotion was withdrawn and changed to entertainment. The storytelling centered on emotions more. With the advent of the Vedic and Mughal era, the role of women in society diminished. But these Kathak dancers, or Tawayafs, were fiercely independent, strong feminists. The Tawayafs, or Kanchans, were the courtesans who influenced art and culture. As the geishas in Japan, the Tawayafs were well versed in and propagated music, literature, art, and poetry. They had to keep toe-to-toe with the nobles to gain their patronage. But the Tawayafs were extremely invested in politics too, some becoming queens. Often political alliances and decisions were taken in their courts. The decline of the Mughal Empire caused it to splinter into many kingdoms. The Tawayafs moved to find new patrons, and through this they formed the first Gharanas. A Gharana means house, legacy, tradition. four Gharanas, Lucknow, Jaipur, Banaras, and Raigad, were formed having their own style. The Lucknow Gharana, from the kingdom of Awadh, focused on grace and expression as shown in this excerpt by Français descent. This setting is very close to how they danced in the The Jaipur Gharana from the courts of the Kathawar kings focused on intricate footwork and spins, as shown here by Roshan Kumari. The Banaras Gharana, founded by Sri Janaki Prasad, focused more on devotional storytelling. This is Gopi Krishna, who's performing a Krishna teasing Radha piece. The West fell into trouble with the advent of the British. Their Victorian morals were not only shocked and disgusted by free women, they were also scared of their political power and influence. The first Indian independence revolt of 1857 sealed the fate of these Sawais. They had not only helped finance and fight and plan the revolt, they also shielded the revolutionaries from the British. The British then banned dancing and branded these women as prostitutes. Though some of the Tawaives had patronage of smaller independent kingdoms, they lost the influence they once had. This was furthered by the Hindu Reformation movement. In Kathak, the Hindu reformists wanted to cut out the Islamic influence and bring back the Hindus' devotional storytelling. Hence, the sensuousness and the virtuosity that flourished under the Mughals was suppressed. The Lucknow Gharana kept some of that though. How did Kathak influence Bollywood? Well, the first recording artists and actresses like Gauhar Jahan and Jalan Bai were Tawaives. Bollywood owes a lot to this dance form and these artists. Without them, Bollywood and possibly India would have not existed. Though Tawaives have been depicted in film, the depiction has rarely been accurate and almost always as glorified prostitutes. Okay, this queen has had enough. She needs her beauty sleep. Bye, witches.
So we've asked our participants and our fans to ask us questions. These are from Cheyenne Pepper. Okay, which celeb do you think will make the best gay couple and lesbian couple?
How about Deepika and Priyanka?
Yeah, that's, you know,
that could be cute.
A recipe for disaster, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I kind of liked Rani and Preeti in the 2000s, and I think they had vibes of like
Rani and Preeti. It reminds me of that film they did, Her Dil Jo Pyar Karega, and they have a little number.
Yeah,
where they
Pia,
yes, Pia, 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 oh Pia. We should recreate that.
Totally. And for guys,
ooh,
I kind of have many different.
I mean, can they all just come together? Like,
I kind of think. Did you see the Chata Hai?
I did.
So I'm a big Amir fan, but like Amir's a dick in that movie. So I kind of liked Saif and Akshay Khanna's characters, the being like in a kind of relationship together.
That could be cute too.
Yeah.
Next up for our rapid fire round, Kama asks us, who were your 90s Bollywood celebrity crushes?
Amir.
Oh my god, I was a total Amir girl too. I still am. I love me some Amir Khan.
Yes, like
He's so amazing.
yeah,
And that body? Woo!
yeah.
Let's not even.
Lagan, but that's not the 90s anymore, so let's not go there.
Let's not go into uncharted territory. But we're both Amr fans.
Yes, I didn't know that about you. Hate Shahrukh, just kidding.
Now we're anti-SRK.
Anti-Salma. Donc, dans le prochain bloc, nous avons notre amie Leila Gulabi.
And after the fabulous Layla, we're gonna have Sri, who will be singing a Tamil film song.
Enjoy!
लाल बिहारी की चौताल भूमि झानमा का प्राण छापारा गांड मैरी तंदा है ब्राह्मण दिव्यकर पुत्र जानो लाल बिहारी नाम है ऐके हम बस किन्हा देश दिमरारा लोग है राहत हम है शरण प्रभु के कतत दिन सब निकाह है दोहा ब्रिटिश गयाना दिशमिन यद्यपि प्रांत अनेक कहूँ विचित्र कहूँ अति दुखी यहाँ ने मना करते इससे कोई वो पुराणत में गोल्डन फ्रीज एक गहन अति सुंदर स्थान या सब जानत यतान पंडित परमनाथ जी बस्ती जहान कर आही सबाही को व विदित है देश विदेश मही रामचरण पुण्य बंदिकर मही सुरपाद मन धर पंडित जी चरण यज्ञ हमारे प्राण धर चौपाई लिखों जाऊं कुछ डेमरारती सुनी है सज्जन करी प्रीति ये है देश को दिशा बरारा रहत न धर्म विवेक विचारा देश चंदिकर देमराई अपन नाम सो कोली लिखाई भजन चंद्रे निज धर्मा जनरी विदपत कराही कुकरामा नित्य कर्म जो देमरारती तो अब लिखों कभी तक के माही
We survived that, all of that, and with our resilience, we kept parts of India all along. Here are a few of them.
चाहे कोई मुझे जंगली कहे कहने दो जी कहता रहे हम प्यार के तूफानों में घिरे हैं हम क्या करें
आजा आजा देखो प्यार तेरा अल्लाह अल्लाह इनकार तेरा आजा 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 कैसे बनी कैसे बनी कैसे बनी कैसे बनी फुलौरी बिना चटनी कैसे बनी फुलौरी बिना चटनी कैसे बनी चमक छम छम के अंगूरी बदन दमक दम दम के अंगूरी बदन
L'Inde coulera toujours dans nos veines. Mais Indiens ont ces différentes en Guyane. Avec nos frères noirs et noirs, nous avons survécu les régimes impériaux.
En terre autochtone occupée, nous sommes devenus un peuple créé.
Just like our language, just like our culture, just like our food, our music, and our tongue. We cannot celebrate our Caribbeanness without defending and fighting for the justice of our black siblings. The riches that make us Guyanese, the riches that make us Caribbean, we owe just as much to our black siblings. Do your damn part in anti-racism work and dismantling anti-blackness. Voici la richesse caribéenne.
अरे ये तो बता देखता है तू क्या तक तक देखे पल पल देखे आंखें प्यार के दूर दूर से घूर घूर के माद न छड़िया छाड़ के अरे ये तो बता अरे ये तो बता
Ooh la la la, ooh la la la, ooh la 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 la. Ooh la la la, ooh la la la, ooh la 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 la. மானாம் மதுர மாமர கிளையிலே பச்சை கிளி ஒண்ணு கேட்டது கேள்வி என்ன? என் கண்ணு ரொம்ப அழகா, இறக்க ரொம்ப அழகா, இந்த கேள்வி என்ன கேட்டா என்ன நான் பாடுவேன். ஊ லா லா லா, ஊ லா லா லா, ஊ லா 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 லா. Ooh la la la, ooh la la la, ooh la 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 la. மேட்டு சாலையிலே மாட்டு வண்டியிலே போராளே பொண்ணு ஒருத்தி. பொண்ணு கட்டியது என்ன புடவை என்றே வானவெல்லின் வண்ணம் என்றார். மழை துளி மண்ணில் வந்து சிந்த சிந்த எழுகிறதே ஒரு வாசம், அது என்னை வானவெல்லில் கொண்டு சேர்த்து விடுகிறதே சில நேரம். ஊ லா லா லா, ஊ லா லா லா, ஊ லா 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 லா. தந்தானே தந்தானே காற்று மழையும் தந்தானே எல்லோரும் வாழத்தானே. தந்தானே தந்தானே பாடல் ஒன்று தந்தானே எல்லோரும் பாடத்தானே. சிறு பிள்ளை போல் மனம் இருந்தால் துயரில்லையே பறவையை போல் ஊடல் இருந்தால் பயமில்லையே. தந்தானே தந்தானே கையில் பூமி தந்தானே வளமோடு வாழத்தானே. மழை துளி மண்ணில் வந்து சிந்த சிந்த எழுகிறதே ஒரு வாசம், அது என்னை வானவெல்லில் கொண்டு சேர்த்து விடுகிறதே சில நேரம். ஊ லா லா லா, ஊ லா லா லா, ooh la 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 la. Ooh la la la, ooh la la la, ooh la 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 la. மானாம் மதுர மாமர கிளையிலே பச்சை கிளி ஒண்ணு கேட்டது கேள்வி என்ன? என் கண்ணு ரொம்ப அழகா, என் ரெக்க ரொம்ப அழகா, இந்த கேள்வி என்ன கேட்டா என்ன நான் பாடுவேன். தந்தானே தந்தானே உன்ன கனிகள் தந்தானே உயிரெல்லாம் தித்தித்தேனே. தந்தானே தந்தானே பாட்டுக்குயில் தந்தானே செவியெல்லாம் இன்பத்தேனே. ஒளிகளிலே ஓவியங்கள் தெரிகின்றதே மனத்திரையில், காட்சிகளுமே பிரிகின்றதே. தந்தானே தந்தானே மேக கூட்டம் தந்தானே இடியெல்லாம் தாளம் தானே. மழை துளி மண்ணில் வந்து சிந்த சிந்த எழுகிறதே ஒரு வாசம், அது என்னை வானவெல்லில் கொண்டு சேர்த்து விடுகிறதே சில நேரம். ஊ லா லா லா, Ooh la la la. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la la la. Ooh la la la. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la la la. Ooh la la la. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la la la. Ooh la la la. Ooh la 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 la. Happy Pride.
So Anwesh asks us, rank the following actors in Bollywood based on talent and nepotism, with one being the worst. Here are the options: Sonam Kapoor, Arjun Kapoor, Ananya Pandey, Aditya Roy Kapoor, and Tiger Shroff.
So I have to rank them from worst to least worst?
I guess so.
Okay. So
one being the worst.
Okay. Least worst is Aditya Roy Kapoor. Then I'd say maybe Sonam, because at least she's a fashionista. Then
she looks cute.
Arjun. Tiger, I'm not a big fan of. I think he's like the kind of star that appeals to 12-year-olds.
Oh, Tiger has no growl, let's be honest.
Yeah. And then Ananya Pandey, I kind of don't know. So like, who are you even? If you can, yeah.
If we don't know you, who are you? Are you in Bollywood?
Yeah. And they're also asking, if your life depended on it, which item number would you stake it on? Show a step.
Well, that's easy. Jalebi bai. Jalebi bai. Although not right now because I'm on a diet. But still, Jalebi bai. That's the move. That's the item song. I'm all about the jalebis. Our next round of artists is as follows. We have Kamala Mackerel, who will be doing a reading from their upcoming book, followed by Tishani, who will be expressing some thoughts about the intersectionalities of Tamil and queer identities. And finally, our closing act, the fabulous, the radiant, and the glowing Bijuriya.
Yay! Enjoy the show!
Enjoy!
Hi, my name is Kamala Mackerel and I'm a Mauritian Canadian artist based here in Dijage, also known as Montreal. My Desiness comes from my mother's side through the histories of the indenture through Mauritius. Today I'm going to be reading an excerpt for you from Zomfam, which is my debut poetry collection, which is going to be released next month. So Zomfam is comprised of 8 lyric poems that basically each tell a different story about growing up as a queer child on the plantation island. I'm going to read an excerpt that's from the very beginning of the book for you. Panla dia ki motine, enzo ki ti muffin, enzo ki ti soinet. The story goes that I was born on a day that was muffin. On that hot midsummer day, the southeast wind stopped blowing. The sun's burn stagnated high over the smothered flesh of the island. Heat rose from the ocean in sheets of vapor, distorting the island into dreamlike landscapes. On that day, the moon was plump and orange, high above the horizon, mirroring the sun against the skin of the sky. Geckos gathered atop of banana trees, licked their glazed bulb eyes, clicked their rhythmic tongues, the brittle whistle of their mating dance, and echo swaddled like a shawl over the bosom of the island. Tides churned, fishermen stayed ashore, drinking arak under filao trees, watching the disquiet of the sea with blood and dread in their eyes. It was Zone Muffin. Everybody felt the ripple of agitation in their heart, prayed away the ill omen day with bread, salt, and water. Konjimun. The elders said it was the retelling of an old sentiment. Island bodies are haunted by longings of spirits lost in the Kalapani. And because we are severed from the sacred river, we have forgotten the songs to soothe the torment of the ancestors. So on days like this, Zune Muffin, when they sail to us from the mud of the ocean, our bodies bruise and brood. My mother, a nurse, in the 10th lunar cycle of her pregnancy, working her day shift at the hospital, felt her rib cage outstretched like mangrove roots into the swelled waters of her belly. She heard the voice of her dead mother, thin like smoke in her right ear, and she knew the time had come. She breathed deeply, asked Durgama and Lavieres Noir to protect her, and filled out the paperwork to admit herself into hospital. An hour later, I breathed my first breath. So this was a short excerpt from Zumfam. The book's going to be out from Metonymy Press from September 10th, available in any bookstore if in case you want to hear the rest of the story. Thank you for having me today.
My name is Tushani, and I will be discussing a lot about my own experiences on being Tamil and queer. Firstly, I would like to thank Jalak Montreal, especially Gabriel, for giving me this opportunity to talk about my Tamil identity and my queerness. I grew up in a Tamil household, and I realized I was queer when I was 18, and it was exciting but at the same time nerve-wracking for me, because I truly thought I had to choose my Tamil identity or my queerness, which is really messed up, because I didn't know back then that they both could coexist at the same time. And I feel like within the Tamil community, I felt as if I could not talk about my queerness, because we are not brought up in a way where we can talk about sexual orientation, gender identity, or sexuality in general. So I felt kind of excluded in my own community. I didn't feel like I was Tamil enough because of it. And within the South Asian community, being Tamil is not recognized that much, because the importance is often given to North Indian people, such as Hindi speaking people, or like Punjabi, or like North Indian languages speaking people. And very rarely Tamil people are recognized within that community. I personally have felt that, and so I didn't feel necessarily included in South Asian community, like especially queer South Asian community, I felt like. And within white queer community, I felt as if I cannot exist by accepting my South Asian identity. It's as if like if I do not mold myself into the queer version that they want, I'm not accepted. For example, I felt as if I have to be more masculine, like dress masculine or be masculine in order to be seen as queer. And both my South Asian heritage and the way I express my queerness were not recognized, so I felt excluded from that white queer community. So in conclusion, I never felt as if I belonged anywhere until I met queer South Asian women, especially queer Tamil women, who made me understand that I'm not alone with these thoughts and feelings, that I can be queer, Tamil, South Asian, and feminine as hell, and be vocal about all the issues that I am passionate about, and still be valid. So I would like to say that finally I'm at a place that I can say that I am Tamil, I'm queer, and I am valid. So yeah. So thank you so much again for giving me this opportunity, and have a great night, everyone.
Hey everybody, how's it going? We hope you enjoyed that last round of performances, and we hope you've enjoyed the entire show from beginning to end.
Merci encore à Perversité pour cet événement, and we encourage you to tip using their fundraiser and also to follow all the performers on social media.
Thank you so much for all of your support and all of your encouragement. We really, really appreciate it. Support the artists.
Yeah. So if you want a tip, we actually encourage you to not donate to the individual performers, but towards the Perversité fundraiser. So if you make a donation there, it will be redistributed to not only our project, but other projects that are supported by this great festival.
Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, everybody. Please remember to like the Jalak Facebook page, or you can always send us an email if you want to get in touch. We look forward to continue to bring you more diverse programming for the queer South Asian communities here in Montreal and Quebec.
Merci!
Merci!
इश्क बिना क्या मरना यारा इश्क बिना क्या जीना इश्क बिना क्या मरना यारा इश्क बिना क्या जीना गुड़ से मीठा इश्क इश्क इमली से खट्टा इश्क वादा ये पक्का इश्क इश्क धागा ये कच्चा इश्क इश्क बिना क्या मरना यारा इश्क बिना क्या जीना
गुड़ से मीठा इश्क इश्क इमली से खट्टा इश्क इश्क गुड़ से मीठा इश्क इश्क इमली से खट्टा इश्क इश्क वादा ये पक्का इश्क इश्क धागा ये कच्चा इश्क 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 बिना